chat, we are back for week 4 of SGL action. We didn't have to wait too long until the next matchup. This is the only Mazar, and we are kicking it off with the SGL Championship. First of all, we're going to be showcasing the Rebellion versus Steel Army. Now, that won't be the only match on tonight, because we will have a second match coming up very soon as we dive into the schedule. And yes, it will be another SGL Championship matchup. And this one will be between Los Verdes of Austin FC versus EC Eternal of the Seattle Sounders. Going good. Good to see you in chat, dude. Looking forward to seeing you play tonight. And Nelly, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. We in SGL are always happy to receive the free Bezos bucks. Thank you very much for your Prime sub, dude. Much love. But yeah, chat, as I mentioned earlier, we have a double header here for you tonight. The Rebellion versus Steel Army kicking us off in less than 5 minutes, and soon after that, we will be going over to Los Verdes versus EC Eternal. And as you can see, for the rest of the matchups, we have 2 more scheduled. We will also have a doubleheader on Wednesday, kicking off with Sounders RC versus Frontera Chrome, and ending it with EC Defiance versus Axe and Rose. Or so it shows right now, because there are still 3 more matches to be scheduled. We might add on to the Wednesday stream potentially, but for now, this is what we have going. Trevon, good to see you, bro. I said Trevon. Why am I saying Trevon? Trevon, good to see you, dude. Go again in chat saying, I do not believe I'll be seeing action tonight. Oh, come on, man. We were bigging you up in the podcast yesterday. I was hoping I'd be able to see you, bro. Come on, man. Trevon saying, lol, gotta throw some mayo on that. Hey, if I need to, I can, yes, but proper pronunciation over, I guess, exaggerated enunciation. So, just so you guys are aware, I'm the only one in the commentary booth for now, so if there are moments of silence, it's because I'm dealing with different matters. Having to do with possibly setting up a match, or setting up, say, this prediction right now, so you can predict on this matchup as I go over both sides, or dealing with an administrative matter during the match itself. Right, so Rebellion versus Steel Army. This is a match that everyone's been looking forward to since the season started. And if we dive into the league table, you'll see why. Because as you can see right here, both the Rebellion and Steel Army have yet to lose a match. The Rebellion have won every single game and not lost a single game. So this is a big one. Whoever wins will have a very good position in the table. If Steel Army lose by, I'm trying to do the math. If Steel Army lose but get 1 game, they'll still be at the top of the table because they have that 4-point gap with the Rebellion. If Steel Army gets swept, the Rebellion go to the top of the table. So the only way for the Rebellion to go to the top of the table is by sweeping Steel Army. Otherwise, Steel Army will remain at the top of the table. With that said, a loss is going to be a huge setback for Steel Army. The Rebellion have been on a roll since they started their season in week 2, and the only team at this moment capable of stopping them is Steel Army. As we go into the team stack comparison, you'll see why. Rebellion are very good at creating chances. I mean, they're probably the most cohesive side in the championship right now, and they have the best attack in the championship for that reason. Their goals for says it all. Almost 6 goals a game. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Their shot percentage close to 50%. You know, you're looking at the Steel Army numbers and you're like, wow, those are good. And then you look at the Rebellion and you're thinking, oh my good God, these guys are insane. So that's your matchup for you. On paper, just by the numbers, you might think, oh, the Rebellion are favorites. But Steel Army is known to step up against good opposition, and they are very well capable of that. Now, here's the thing. When talking about the Rebellion at the start of the season, I mentioned that they like to match up against their opposition, and they are not really good at, really dominating against any opponent. I think they've proved me wrong in the championship this season because they faced EC Defiance, and I thought that was going to be a closer matchup, but they swept them. They faced Axe and Rose. Axe and Rose have been getting better, by the way. Well, they swept them. Could they sweep Steel Army? Who knows? But they're certainly capable. Toad Death says it as well. Good to see you in chat, Toad. He says Rebellion to sweep, Debit man of the match for SA, and Shorts man of the match overall. If we go into the player stats, I think we'll see why, because Shorts has been incredible. I mean, yeah, he's tied on goals with Polar, but he's gotten them in fewer shots. He's also been getting a ton of assists. He's also leading the team in saves and demos. This guy has been doing it all. And we know about Shorts and Polar and their capabilities because we saw it in the premiere last season. I mean, these two make for a very good trio. Now, the reason, Gogan, why I was disappointed to see you not be around is because look at the stats right here. You've been efficient with your shots. You've been getting demos. You've also been playing a part defensively. I think you've done a very good job playing that cleanup role, and it would have been nice to have had you around. But you know what? I get it. So if Goga's not playing, you know it. Triple C is going to be featuring, and we've yet to see a lot of Triple C. We've only seen him in one matchup, and that was against Axe and Rose. Sorry, not Axe and Rose. EC Defiance. We will definitely see more of him then tonight. Now, as for Steel Army, we've not been seeing that much of Debit. In fact, we've been seeing a nice spread of games across the whole Steel Army side. And the numbers show that right here. I mean, Bear Blitz has been on the goals this season. Last season, he would really struggle to get a goal in the championship. This season, he's been on top of his game. Absolutely incredible. 16 goals. Makes him one of the top goal scorers in the league this season. 13 assists as well. I mean, this guy has been the complete attacking player. And because he and Red 4 have been popping off alongside Raisin Boy, who I think is probably going to be the key player in this matchup if he were to appear, Debit has been playing a more reserved third-man role, and I think he's been thriving in that as well. But don't count out Debit. He's also capable of stepping up and playing a big part on the attack. So, I see the channel points predictions. Not too many channel points put up. I get it, but it is an equal split between the Rebellion and Steel Army. Put your predictions down in chat. Toad already did. He called it a sweep. Polar, good to see you in chat as well. Look forward to watching you play tonight. Now, for my prediction, I think Steel Army is definitely going to get a game. It's not like the Rebellion is that good that, you know, they will sweep Steel Army of all teams. And Steel Army always step up when they face tougher opposition. I think this might go 3-1 to the Rebellion, but I would not be surprised if this goes 5 games. But I think it's going to go 3-1 to the Rebellion. Yep, Nelly, same thought. There you go. He even says 3-1 to the Rebellion. So we should have kicked off right about now, but we were waiting for one of the players to come back because they had to reboot their computer, and I get it. Game, not the best, not the most stable at the state, but you know what? They're in, and we are about ready to go. Both teams are going to be joining their teams now. Music soft. Both teams are in. You're hearing the revving of the engines as the clock ticks down to kickoff. Here we go. The Rebellion versus Steel Army. Nice start there by Steel Army. And Red 4 gets the opening goal with less than 10 seconds played out. Bit of an unfortunate moment right there. Triple C looking quite off in his execution. Trying to slow play that, but plays a nice pass late off to Red 4, who gets it into the back of the net. And Steel Army are starting on the front foot in this game 1. Oh my god, ball across the net. The Rebellion get away with it, and now on the other end, Triple C beats 1, beats 2, off the backboard. Polar cannot beat Bear Blitz, who gets the ball out, but the pressure continues. Steel Army trying to get out, but the ball is still in their orange half. They need to get back into the defensive position. Triple C on the backboard. Fakes, I guess. Doesn't really get much out of that. Bounce off the corner. Shorts to the near post. Off the backboard. Triple C going for the 50. Ball's loose now, and Steel Army should be able to clear it out. Not bad there from the Rebellion, and now they get a second chance to go forward. Polar going for a shot. Not on target. Debit with a nice first touch. Second touch, not so much. Triple C with no boost, just decides to boom it off the backboard. Uh-oh. Red 4 misses. Debit needs to respond. Gets one. And now the ball's loose in the middle. Bump away. Oh my goodness, that should have been in the net. Red 4 couldn't get it in, but Bear Blitz does. And it's 2-0 to Steel Army. What a start for them in this number 1 versus number 2 matchup. As I say that, I think Polar is getting his way, because in chat he did say that he's betting for Steel Army and he's about to throw for channel. I mean, we'll see if he's actually throwing. So far, he's not playing like he's actually throwing. Steel Army are just kicking it off pretty well and stepping it up, making it tough for the Rebellion. Meanwhile, Pipe Shot Gogan in chat predicted 3-2 to the Rebellion. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes that way. Speaking of the Rebellion, the ball is loose in the midfield, and they've done a good job of getting midfield control for like a spell, but then they run out of boost and they just track back. And I feel like they're showing a lot of respect to Steel Army, and I get it. But when you give them time, like you see right here from Bear Blitz, getting the 50 in the midfield as well, that allows them to take control. And now, Debit brings it forward. 50 to Red 4, who gets it off a Triple C to the right side. And now Bear Blitz trying to slow play, but gets demoed by Shorts. Polar, though, uncharacteristically gives the ball away, tries to go for a 50. Debit, who's been so good in keeping control and getting the ball out of his own half. I feel like they need to do something about that. Maybe try something similar themselves, not just give the ball away so easily. Easier said than done, of course. Triple C trying to pass it out. Shot towards the net. Off target yet again. We have just gone past the halfway point of game 1. Steel Army up 2-0 against the Rebellion. And in all honesty, Steel Army have looked very good right here. But the Rebellion is still capable of coming back. Nice pass out. But Triple C could not get to the end of it. Now Polar should have enough boost to go for a double. Steel Army with a nice touch. Debit getting it out. Not for too long, though. Red 4 needs to step up. Uses all his boost to get the save. Tries to go out to the sidewall with 0 boost still. And now the ball is loose in the midfield, courtesy of Shorts. Ooh, shot on net by Debit. Polar barely getting that save. Getting a bit of assistance from the post. Gogan in chat saying Steel is a good team and play well off each other. It makes it tough to sweep a team like that. I agree. But you've also seen the Rebellion step up. They have famously swept opponents in the Premier. But on this note, they're not doing as good a job, because it is Steel Army getting their 3rd goal for this game 1. Debit finishing it off of Bear Blitz. Once again, Debit forcing it through the post. This is starting to become a Debit specialty right now, where he seems to just push the ball past the post and into the back of the net. I have yet to see anyone else try that in SGL. Maybe we'll see if others want to give it a go, but Debit has been successful with it so far. Ooh, nice touch here by Triple C, beating 2. Trying to center into the middle. This is a chat for Polar. Weak shot. Debit backflips. The field's backflip man moment. As Polar gets 1 back for the Rebellion. You know what? Better late than never. This Steel Army side, they were kind of there for the taking, because the Rebellion had some good moments. They finally get a good chance created. Both Steel Army players sticking at the goal line, not really able to get out, and they concede because of that. Now you have Triple C getting all the time in the world to get his boost. Bear Blitz now challenging, but now Red 4 needs to get a save out, and that he does. Played into the middle by Polar. Triple C off the corner. No one there to follow up. Shorts is going for the boost. Polar to Shorts. Shorts pops it up. Does he have enough to follow this up? He doesn't. Debit gets it out of the way. Triple C tries to keep it up, but Steel Army see off this attack. And for the Rebellion, as the clock ticks down to the final 30 seconds. An absolute gift. Shorts with his second. Sorry, not Shorts with his second. Shorts with his first. Rebellion with his second. And with 27 seconds to go, Steel Army are only up by 1 goal. Might we see overtime in this game? One, we shall see, but the Rebellion have been given a lifeline by the Steel Army side. Now Bear Blitz, loose ball, goes for the shot. Good defending right there. Ball out to the flank. Red 4, bouncing it towards the backboard, going for the double. Just didn't have the boost to follow up. And the Rebellion are there to see it off. More time wasting from Steel Army as they try to clear it away. The ball gets played down to the ground. Steel Army breathe a sigh of relief. They get game 1 in this top of the table matchup. Woo! That was stressful for Steel Army. I mean, towards the end, they were just giving a lot of time and space and easy shots to both Polar and Shorts. You don't want to concede ground to the Rebellion like that. You want to keep engaging them. You want to make sure that they don't get their shots and passes off the backboard. The moment those bounces start going their way, they will just keep it going. Make sure that you have to keep using your boost. They'll make sure that they'll keep that pace up. So the only way forward is to slow the pace down. And that is what Steel Army did very well in this game. Debit coming up huge in the backline, as well as Bear Blitz. Nelly saying Steel just more organized defensively in game 1 at least? Yes, they were. Absolutely. Organization, though, can only take you so far, because if you're not challenging and engaging, the opposition will have their way and they'll get their setups for their shots. And that's what happened when Polar got his first goal. With that said, we are now going into game 2. Gogan kind of spoiled it in chat already. The Rebellion stick with the same trio, but Steel Army make a sub. Raisin Boy coming in for Bear Blitz. Nice touch by Raisin Boy, trying to play it slow just like Bear Blitz did in game 1. Nice chance right there though for the Rebellion, but Steel Army get it out. Demo at the back means both Steel Army players need to track back. Raisin and Bear. Sorry, Raisin and Debit back up already. Debit challenging it and getting it away. Still at their corner though. They need to boom it out. Debit finally does that, and now Steel Army can progress forward and see if they can create a chance. Nice 50 there by Polar. Shorts is going for it. Cannot really get the final touch right there. Polar now challenges Debit. Ball loose. Raisin Boy lurking around. Gets beaten by Triple C. Red 4 now touches it down. Raisin intercepts, but doesn't really get a good touch. So the ball goes out to Shorts, who's now going to pop it up. But Debit read him like a book. Polar now needs to respond. Shorts, soft touch. Polar did not see that coming. And with Triple C demoed, they both need to go back. A lot more demos coming out from both sides right here. The Rebellion known for demoing their opponents consistently. Steel Army responding in kind right now. Let's hope it doesn't lead to sloppy Rocket League gameplay. Ooh, Shorts getting the ball over. Polar getting the shot into the middle, and it is the Rebellion who take the lead with 1 minute 31 seconds played. The ball bounces off the backboard. Free shot for the Polar. Raisin trying to get in at the last second to no avail, and the Rebellion lead 1-0. Good to see a bunch of people watching this match right here. Hopefully you're all having fun. You see Steel Army trying to go for their equalizer. Ball gets played out. Nice pass to Triple C. Triple C now trying to set up a pass off the corner. Gets taken care of though by Debit, who's back at the backboard. Bounce shot towards the middle. Red 4 with a nice save. And now Polar recycles. Cannot get enough time to dribble it up though. Debit challenges him. Triple C off towards the backboard. Short, soft touch. Triple C going for a shot. Does not get clean contact. Polar chooses to be pragmatic, and this allows Steel Army to get the ball out into the midfield, but not for long, because the Rebellion are known to come back. This time though, Steel Army with an open shot. Debit gets the equalizer. Puts it up on his own. Raisin Boy says, take care of it. Devin goes up, puts it into the middle. Polar could not get a clean save right there. And now both teams are tied in this game 2. Red4 gets all the time in the world to set up, fakes. Raisin Boy takes control, tries to flick over with his dominance to no avail, and then it's beaten. The net is open. Red4 tries, but he doesn't have the boost, and Polar gets the lead back with his second for the Rebellion. A little sloppy from Steel Army there. I thought Debit would have been fine, but he overcommitted. And it looks like Steel Army are kind of missing the stable presence that Bear Blitz gave them. But response, Raisin Boy gives them the X factor that they sometimes need in difficult situations. And Raisin Boy responds in kind with a 66 mile per hour, 106 kilometer per hour shot into the back of the net. 2-2 to Steel Army. And that speed reading was brought to you by Alan's BangersOnly.com radar gun. We love you, we miss you, Alan. Oh, this ball is loose and slow. Rebellion trying to kick up the pace. And this ball is pitched into the middle. Someone's got to get into the end of it. The shorts doesn't get a clean shot though off of this Fennec. Polar now needs to set up. Triple C, who double backs. And now has a chance to get it off the backboard. Red4 though tries to clear it out, and Polar gets granted his hat trick. Powerful shot into the middle. 65 miles per hour, 104 kilometers per hour off of Alan's BangersOnly.com radar gun. And the Rebellion take the lead, 3-2. Five goals into this matchup with 1 minute 40 seconds to go. Still a lot of time for Steel Army to come back, but the Rebellion are relentless with their pressure. Red4 having to dive in, now needs to get his boost. Devin does enough to unsettle the Rebellion, who could have had their fourth, and now the ball goes to the other end. And this has been a much better response from the Rebellion. Kind of helps that Bear Blitz isn't around to unsettle them, but Steel Army are able to up the pace as well on their own. Raisin creating a chance for Devin, who misses. Red4 cannot really get that on target, and now Polar brings it out to the other end. Gets the boost seal. Still has control. Even with the bump, he still controls this car. Tries to pass it out to Triple C, but Red4 is in the way. And now the ball is loose. Devin has to act. Devin has to get to the ball. He does. Nice touch there by Shorts. Shorts, though, gets bumped for his trouble. Does he have enough boost to follow this up? Polar going for a bump as well. He only doesn't get the bump, he does just enough to unsettle Steel Army. Shorts gets his fourth, or sorry, the Rebellion's fourth, his first. And the Rebellion get the 2-goal lead they were so badly looking for. 4-2 to them with 44 seconds to go. Yep, I think Steel Army have gone a bit more sloppy without Bear Blitz. They have definitely missed his presence. Now, I know they like to rotate their teams and try out different combinations, but this Rebellion side is going to be relentless. They're sticking with this trio. We don't know if they're even going to sub in Gogan at any point. Who knows? But for now, that's not going to be the case. Ooh, a big demo attempt right there, but to no avail. Now the ball's going the other way. Raisin Boy needs to do all he can to keep this out. Does just enough. Shorts. Oh my goodness, what a save. I thought that was going to be his fifth, but a huge save from Debit. To no avail, though, because Rebellion sealed the deal. Game 2 goes to them, and this matchup is now tied 1 each. Wow, what a save that was. If you guys have gotten the chance, clip it. If not, you can rewind if you're a sub. Clip it just to make sure we got that, because that was sick. That was insane from Debit. Gogan giving his plaudits to the Rebellion, his teammates. They absolutely did very well. Polar really stepped it up right there, taking charge a lot more once, you know, Steel Army lost Bear Blitz's presence. And it allowed the Rebellion to get more of those, you know, big passes off the backboard, more of upping the pace and not having anyone slow it down. I mean, Raisin tried. Raisin tried, but, you know, he's always the guy who's going to go and get it. He's not going to try and slow the play down as much. And it showed because they were able to create some better chances, but they just didn't have as much control to, you know, tease out the Rebellion, tempt them to get out of their positions. And the Rebellion took control because of that. Now, just as a heads up, chat, we are going to reset the lobby. The Rebellion asked for this because they've been struggling in the server. So we're going to get a server reset. And 2 of their players are going to restart as well. So it's going to be a little bit before we get going. Debit, good to finally see you in here. Give us your comment on that save, bro. That was a hype save. Which one? Dude, the one in the last 10 seconds when the Rebellion were 4-2 up. When Shorts was giving that slow high shot from the tight angle, you just suddenly came in out of nowhere. Right, chat. Both teams are now in. They're going to be joining their teams very soon. And here they come. We'll see if there are any subs made. Probably not going to expect much from the Rebellion, but Steel Army make a sub. Bear Blitz is back. They knew they missed his presence, so they brought him back. And it is Bear Blitz, Devin, and Raisin Boy in this game 3. Here we go. Match tied at 1 apiece. Who is going to take the lead here in this critical game 3? Loose ball. Rebellion take advantage. Nice 50 right there. Ball off the backboard. That spells trouble. But the Rebellion cannot take advantage of that. They get a second chance, though. Raisin Boy doing a good enough job to bump that Rebellion player out of the way. I believe that was Shorts. And now the ball goes to the other end. Rebellion having to go back because they need to get that save off of Bear Blitz's shot. Debit now keeps up the pressure. Raisin Boy has the boost to go up. Doesn't get the 50, but does just enough to keep the ball loose. Bear Blitz get the boost steal. Debit shot towards the middle. What a save, because that was a powerful shot. Shorts had to be up there, and he makes sure that this game is still 0-0. Another incredible effort right there by Steel Army. Bear Blitz going for a strong 50. Polar, though, sticking strong and seeing that off. And now the ball's in the other end. Bounce off the backboard. Near post shot. Debit at the right place to get that save. Not over yet, though. Another shot off the backboard. Open the crossbar. The demo came up huge for them. But Polar wasn't able to get it in time. No for too long. Because Triple C gets the 50 from the right flank, and the Rebellion take the lead. 1-0. Absolutely insane sequence, by the way. This matchup has been crazy so far. And now both sides stuck in the middle of kickoff earlier, but Debit finally gets it forward. Another save. It's more straightforward, though, courtesy of Bear Blitz's shot. Ball going to the other end. Raisin Boy, long shot. Of course, it's going to be an easy save for Shorts, sorry. Bear Blitz playing it off the backboard, gets the boost. Shorts with a nice touch, nice pass. Polar had to commit. The net is open, and Devin gets probably his easiest goal of this season so far. That was a huge win by Debit. Everyone came up for the Rebellion, and Debit gets the equalizer 1-1 with 3 minutes, 2 seconds to go. Hey, appreciate the love for me, chat. Listen, I always see it and I always appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I do it for all y'all. With that said, Goku, don't sit out. Please don't sit out. We want to see you play, bro. We want to see you play, and your team might want to see you get in because they're struggling against the Steel Army side who just got the lead. And guess who it is? It is Bear Blitz taking advantage of the sweet pass played out by his brother, Debit. 69 miles per hour, 110 kilometers per hour. That is a nice goal right there. Again, courtesy of AlexBangersOnly.com radar gun. This is the matchup everyone has been waiting for. Absolutely, Shaybomb, this absolutely has been the matchup everyone's been looking forward to, and it has delivered so far. Lots of back and forth, a lot of good plays, a lot of good team efforts as well, both on both ends. On the attack and in the defense. A lot of good team bumps as well. I say team bumps, I meant bumps to the opposition for team plays. Now the ball goes to the other end. Polar off the flanks, cannot really get control. Triple C now has to take over. Oh, he couldn't take over though. The mistake, oh my goodness, the ball bounces out. Okay, I reacted prematurely. I thought that was going in, chat. I don't know about y'all. But that ball bounced out, and the Rebellion have to keep going because it's not over yet. Tight angle shot, and it goes in. Debit extends the lead to 2 goals. Steel Army are up 3-1. God, that was insane. What a crazy angle. I didn't even know he could get it through 2 players like that. Steel Army have taken control, but there's still a lot of time. The Rebellion are definitely getting their toughest test yet. Having been basically relegated from the Premier to the Championship, they now have to deal with a tough Steel Army side. And they're keeping up. What a shot right there. And what a pass by Triple C2. You cannot ask for a better sidewall bounce pass. And both brothers, Debit and Bear Blitz, tried their best to get that save, but to no avail. Steel Army are still up, but now it's 3-2. Steel Army, could they get another goal right here? They could have. Nice clearance right there, and now everyone from Steel Army needs to get back. All of the Rebellion are coming up right now. Polar, nice shot, getting it off the backboard. Ball rolls up. He passes it back to the third man. Shorts with little boost, does all he could to get it forward. He needs to get that corner boost, and he does. Steel Army, they'll get the time to bring it out to the other side. And Polar plays a pass out to Shorts. Shorts beats one. Bear Blitz is out of position. Raisin Boy is back. Open net. Oh, wait a minute. How'd the ball not go in? I was holding my breath for that ball to go in. Okay, now I can let it go. Shorts finally gets the equalizer. Insanely crazy sequence. That is definitely going into the clip comps and in the podcast. Shorts, though, finally gets the goal that the Rebellion were looking for. With 51 seconds to go, guys, this game is tied at 3-3 in Game 3. God, man. Blitz has been the difference maker for the Steel Army in this game, but even he cannot do all he can to stop this Rebellion side. I wonder if they're going to stick with this trio Steel Army, or if they're going to bring back Red 4 and go for the Full Brothers trio. As for the Rebellion, though, they're doing just fine with the 3 that they have. Oh my goodness! 150! Of course it had to be Bear! As Toad says, Bear just too big! And Big Bear gets the lead for Steel Army with 23 seconds to go. Woo-wee! This has been absolutely insane. What a crazy Game 3 this has been. And I don't think the goals have dried up just yet. Nice pass out to Polar, who goes for an early shot off the midfield. Oh my goodness, off the ceiling, Shorts. Triple C with the bump. Polar could not get it towards the net. Devitt forcing himself through Raisin. And into the back of the net with 3 seconds to go. Steel Army might have won this critical game 3. Courtesy of Devitt. Sticking the dagger into the Rebellion's back. Can the Rebellion respond with a kickoff goal? No, they cannot. The clock is ticked down to 1. Steel Army win this game 3. Even if the Rebellion couldn't get their 4th, it didn't really matter at the end of the day. Steel Army come out massive game 3 winners right here. Whew. Wow. So much happened in this game. This is definitely one of the games of the season. Easily. God, that was insane. Just so much happening on both ends. Oh, man. I legit, chat, listen, I legit held my breath at that one sequence where the ball was just stuck in the goal line. I legit held my breath super hard, and I didn't breathe back in any oxygen as I started to exclaim. So I'm like, kind of out of breath right now, not gonna lie. Red 4 saying, a lot of points on those boards. Yeah, a lot of points. A lot of touches, especially from the Rebellion side, but Steel Army have gone very involved as well. They had 15 shots compared to 9 from the Rebellion. This is definitely their best attacking team. And I think they might want to stick with this because you got to fight fire with fire against this Rebellion side. As for the Rebellion, they've tried to step up, be aggressive, and commit fully, but they're getting punished by Steel Army on the break. We'll see if they stick with this or if they're going to try a more counter-attacking setup. We shall see. They're still able to do it both ways. And here we go, game 4, kicking off at Utopia Coliseum. Steel Army on match point. The Rebellion, they need to win this. Of course they do, to take us to Champions Field. What will happen next? Will we go to Champions Field? And you might say, because Triple C gets the lead for the Rebellion with 10 seconds played. Great outfield pass to Triple C, who was in the right place, and he gets a powerful 113 km/h, 70 mph shot, courtesy of AlensBangersOnly.com radar gun. And funnily enough, chat, it is now Steel Army's turn to overcommit. Their third came up to challenge, and they got beaten right there. Toad, I did see your message about Shorts. He absolutely has been putting in the work, but now we're seeing the rest of the Rebellion step up. But they need to step up right now because this net has been open. Everyone committed yet again. And Blitz gets one of the easiest goals he could have had all season. Dude didn't need any boost. Dude didn't need anything fancy. All he did was let the ball roll off of his octane, and he just tapped it into the back of the net. 1-1, just like that. And I think that says it all, chat. I think the Rebellion are going to go gung-ho. They're not going to hold themselves back. They're going to attack, attack, attack. They're not going to be afraid of sitting back. They are going to go for a goal. They don't care how many goals they concede because they believe they can score more. And we'll see if Steel Army decide to sit back. So far, they held on pretty well. Razor Boy chasing for that despite having zero boost. Devitt recognizing that and sitting back, but he gets beaten. This ball is going into the corner, the top corner, getting the purple explosion out. Courtesy of Polar, and he gets the lead for the Rebellion just like that. Both sides don't care. They don't want to hold themselves back. They both are going to go for it all. Good God. We're not going to get a chance to breathe in this game, chat. It's going to be absolutely insane. Ooh, Devitt, zero boost. Gets it through to Raisin Boy. Could not really get a clean shot through. Bear Blitz falls it up. Bear Blitz, what a save. Oh my goodness, what an assist there too by Triple C. Barely gets it out. Now the ball's at the other end. Shorts bailing out. Everyone's letting it go. Triple C finally says, who gives a shit? I'm going to go for it. Polar, Triple C with full boost. Sorry, Polar, Shorts with full boost. Polar now brings it out, uses all his boost. Ball in the middle. Red 4, sorry, Bear Blitz with a shot. Now needs to go back. Shorts really couldn't get a clean touch. Triple C trying to go for a cherry pick right there, but he was far behind two of the Steel Army players anyways. Nice bit of mech right here. Nice bit of mechanical skill right here by Debit. Doesn't really get a nice touch though. Ball loose. Bear Blitz has to see that off. He played it out. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Okay. 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 All right. Breathe. Breathe. Bear Blitz out to Shorts. Shorts getting the shot. Debit with an insane save, but he could not get to the ball quickly enough. That ball eventually crosses the line, and now Rebellion are up 3-1 with about 3 minutes to go. Holy, I'm telling you, I might need a third lung just so I can keep some of that oxygen in, because damn, this has been insane. Shorts now clears it out. Zero boost, triple seek, stealing the boost off the corner, trying to go for a double commit. Polar needs to slow this down, make sure that he can see this off. Pitches it out perfectly towards the midfield. Shorts in position, but he plays a loose ball to Debit, who takes control. Beats one. He has to beat a second. Misses the ball though, so he's gonna go for a bump. Shorts was aware of that. Stays at the backboard, and oh no, Razor Boy gets beaten. Bear Blitz just doesn't have to boost to react. Shorts to Polar, and the Rebellion take a 4-1 lead. That is how you respond from your setback in game 3. Shorts to Polar, of course it had to be that duo. 62 miles per hour, 99 kilometers per hour on the bangersonly.com radar gun, and the Rebellion are now up 4-1 in game 4. That was close, wasn't it, Shaybon? All right, Debit bringing it out. Again, a loose touch. I thought he'd be trying to keep more control. I know Bear Blitz does a good job of keeping control when he gets his air dribble started. And if anyone plays it loose, you have to make sure you have a second following up, like the Rebellion do right here. Polar couldn't really get much out of his follow-up. Triple C sits back, waits for the chance to be created, misses. Raisin Boy doesn't really do much in terms of a clean shot, but he does enough to keep this attack going. And Debit gets one back with 91 seconds to go. It is 4-2 to the Rebellion, but the goal came at a perfect time. Bear Blitz assisting his brother Debit. Of course. I mean, it was bound to happen. And here we go. 4-2 up. Still a lot of time for Steel Army to come back. This is going to be an insane game 4. These misses, though, are not going to help Steel Army. And that loose touch won't either. Ball rolling in towards the net. Nice clearance out. Bear Blitz gets demoed for his trouble. Shorts beats one. Needs to beat two more. Gets... Oh my goodness, the ball's going towards the back of the net. Polar, though, has to follow up. Off target. Fortunately for Steel Army. Nice pass right there from Triple C, but Polar just couldn't take advantage of that. Now Bear Blitz going for the dunk. No boost, no problem. But Steel Army need to go back because the Rebellion did a great job at defending that. Raisin Boy, I don't know why he's going for that with zero boost, because now no one's at the back of the net. Net is open. Shorts gets his second. And the Rebellion get their 5th with 41 seconds to go. A bit of a mishap from Raisin Boy. Couldn't get back in time. And the Rebellion are up 5-2. And chat, it might be happening. It might be happening. You see, Caesar, you said it, not me. But it might be happening. Raisin Boy, shot towards the net. Not really a clean shot. Short's able to see it off all the way. Nice defending right there. Polar booming it out into the midfield with a huge 50. Polar off the sidewall. Shorts off the sidewall as well. Shot towards the net. Nice job right there by Bear Blitz to see this off, but oh no. You don't want to do that. Ball's loose. Ball's on the ground. Ball is in the orange end. And chat, we are going to Champions Field. You know what? It's entirely fitting that we're seeing the top two face off against each other and go straight into Champions Field. Both teams have been immaculate so far, but we're starting to see some cracks form in both sides at various points. The Rebellion had it in Game 3, but they fixed it up in Game 4. And now it's Steel Army who have to fix their cracks. Who knows? Do they stick with the same trio or do they sub someone out? Because they do have a sub in line. Luis coming in at the wrong... Well, some will say at the wrong time. I'll still say at the right time. He says, OMG, seems like I've missed a banger. Bro, you absolutely have. Make sure to catch up to it afterwards. This game has had it all. It has had everything you can ask for. It has been, dare I say it, absolute cinema. But we are getting in. We are not waiting. We are going to kickstart Game 5. And this has been absolutely insane as the clock ticks down to Champions Field. Here we go. The Rebellion and Steel Army. Winner takes all. Absolute cinema. J-Bomb saying, I'm predicting some Game 5 magic from Debit. We shall see. The Rebellion are capable of some magic themselves as well. And don't dismiss Raisin Boy. He is capable of bringing the X Factor at perfect timing because he gets out a clutch save right there. And now he brings it out, gets Debit for his trouble. Bear Blitz out of position. Debit intervening at the right time to make sure that his Steel Army side can get themselves set up on the blue half. Ball going towards the backboard. Shorts clears it out. Towards the middle. Great pass by Debit. None of his teammates were there, though. Again, the ball gets loose in the midfield. Bear Blitz towards the net. Polar to the side. He can follow this up, but he gets 50'd by Raisin. Stuck in the corner. No one's really going for it. And Shorts finally gets it out to Raisin Boy's shot towards the net. Triple C seeing it out. And right now, it is Rebellion sitting back. You don't get to see that too often, but they've done a good job defensively, making sure to cover for each other, getting the boost, the necessary boost that is, instead of just getting the big corner boosts. And they're able to see this off. They need to do it yet again, though. Debit bouncing it off the corner of that wall. Doesn't really get the second follow-up, but still a good effort from him. And now Raisin Boy trying to see this off defensively, getting harassed by Shorts with zero boost. Polar needs to go back. Oh my goodness, the ball is loose. Raisin Boy gets back right on time. That was a slow roller, and Raisin was able to get back in time for that save. Polar, though, shot towards the net after that Debit whiff. Bear Blitz, though, able to see it off. When needs to follow this up. Bear Blitz with zero boost does. Triple C misses. Polar. Oh, no. Oh, this is going towards the back of the net. Debit at the right place at the right time to see that off, but it's not over yet. Triple C. Shot towards it. Triple C gets the lead for the Rebellion. And this winner takes all Game 5. What a pass, by the way, from Polar. If you want to play a pass, you got to bounce it off the corner like that so it comes out towards the middle. Triple C with a good shot, high up, close to the crossbar. No one from Steel Army was able to get up to that quickly enough. Not over yet, though. Balls loose. With the equalizer. Just like that. I know we talked about Debit Magic earlier, but it was Raisin Boy who came up huge right there with a massive 50, and he gets the assist for this equalizer for Steel Army. Not over yet, though. Still a lot more Rocket League to go. Oh my goodness, moments of magic. And Triple C gets the lead. Fortuitously, some might say, but it is the lead nonetheless. 2-1 to the Rebellion. Chat, I'm telling y'all need to freaking clip this shit. We've had some insane freaking goals and saves. Insane moments. Just an insane match so far. Slowly going towards the back. Polar with zero boost sees it off, gets the corner boost. Triple C finally gets it out of the way. Debit keeps it going. He doesn't care about picking up boost. He can follow it up with the ball. Does enough to throw Shorts off. Bear Blitz out Gets the touch. Shorts finally clears it out to Polar. That ball's going in towards the middle. Debit gets in at the right place. He needs to follow this up. Shorts plays it to Triple C. Rolling at the bottom. Bear clears. Raisin Boy trying to go for a bump. I guess he gets it at the end of the day. Now Bear Blitz, slow dribble. Gets beaten though by Polar, who plays it to the other corner. Soft touch it towards the middle. What a pass. Shorts trying to go for the shot to no avail. Ball bounces off the backboard to Triple C, remaining pragmatic, knowing that he doesn't need to overcommit. His side have the lead. They can play it slower. They can take it easier. Speaking of slow play, great job by Raisin Boy right there. Debit trying to get a 50, but the ball's loose. Shot by Polar to Shorts. What a team play! And guess who it is? It is Polar and Shorts. Their combination works yet again, and the Rebellion lead 3-1 with 1 minute 33 seconds to go. Woo! What an insane game 5 this has been so far. Steel Army have been on the back foot for a little bit, and that has allowed the Rebellion to get a 2-goal advantage right here. But chat, there's still a lot of time to go. We are entering the final 90 seconds. The ball is loose in the middle. Oh my goodness, Raisin beats one. Shorts needs to react. He does. He gets it. Now Red 4 off the middle. Oh no, Fields backflip, man. Oh, Raisin, poor guy. But he keeps his composure. He comes back. And now they all need to stay back because the Rebellion are going for the fourth. Not a clean shot right there. Not a clean pass right there by Shorts. But the time keeps ticking down. The time keeps getting wasted. Bear trying to play a pass to Debit, but it was too high up for him. And now Raisin playing it up. Debit needs to chase. He gets the demo at least. Bear off to the side. Debit right there. He's going to slow it down. He's going to go for the 50. Gets beaten by Triple C. What a big challenge right there that was from him. As we enter the final 30 seconds in this game 5. It is a 2-goal lead for the Rebellion. But Steel Army can't come back. They have come back in the past. But they have to make sure they don't concede anymore. And Polar probably puts the dagger on Steel Army's back. This might be game, set, and match for the Rebellion. 4-1 up, 20 seconds to go. Honestly, with the way this kickoff has gone, I think it is all over for Steel Army. They have huffed and puffed. They have tried all they could. Gogan, you're right at the end of the day. Steel Army do Steel Army do lose 3-2 to the Rebellion. Rebellion had to go 5 games, and they have. And they get a huge win as they remain undefeated in SGL this season, though they do get their first 2 game losses courtesy of Steel Army. What a match. GG's to both sides. And, of course, absolute cinema. Oh, hold up. Caesar, okay, I want the Pittsburgh boys to read your last message, because chat, Caesar said, Steel Maple Leafs, let's go. Let's freaking go. You know what? No, it's not deleted. It is immortalized. I'm sorry, bro. Let the record state that you said Steel Maple Leafs. Oh man, what a freaking match. That was absolutely insane. Woo! 3-2 to the Rebellion. They keep their undefeated streak going. 3 out of 3. But they are 9 out of 11 in terms of games played. Nelly, it's highly appropriate that you say I'm all in on the Steel Maple Leafs, given that Debit has consistently labeled you guys as the Toronto Maple Leafs of the Premier. Oh, absolutely. What a series. Absolutely, Luis. Oh my God. I feel like I need to go back and get some water because, oh, my throat's already gone. And we do have a second matchup coming up very soon as well. Damn it, that is insane, bro. What a freaking message. Oh my god. Yep. Chat, good news. We do have an interview coming up very shortly. We are going to be interviewing the winner of this matchup. Yes, we will be having an interview from the Rebellion. And everyone, welcome on in. Shorts of the Rebellion. Shorts, good to have you in here. How are you feeling after that absolute cinema of a match?
You got to be the most intense match that we played in the history of being in this league, and watching other matches too, outside of like finals and playoffs and stuff. That has to be one of the best overall matches that most people have seen in this league. It was so back and forth and so evenly matched. It was so fun to play.
Wait, it's interesting you say that because you guys have had a lot of great matchups in the Premier as well. So what makes this different to your matchups in the Premier last season?
We did have a similar match like this to EC Defiance, where we felt like we were evenly matched with them. This one, I mean, it was so back and forth. It wasn't like one team's playing bad defense at any certain point. It was really like it was close the entire time. Even when we pulled away a couple goals at the end there, that game was not. I don't know, we won by 3 goals or anything like that. But it was not at any point more than a 2-goal difference in how the teams were playing, which just made it so intense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that was probably the most entertaining match I have seen so far this season, and one of the most entertaining matches in recent seasons as well. One thing that's caught my eye right now is this guy in chat, Turndo, saying, "I know that guy, my goats." You wanna give us a word on who that guy is?
Oh yeah, shout out to Turndo, a buddy of Polar that I met through Polar, and a buddy of mine now. He Valorant player, big in the Valorant community, and we play Val with him. I think Polar's going to play Battlefield with him after this. Good friend, good supporter. Also shout out to my roommate from college, Jimmy. I think he was here to watch the match, and Polar's girlfriend was also watching. So shout out to Hales.
Oh, heck yeah. Thank you all for catching us in this stream. And I think you guys have been thoroughly entertained. That's for sure.
Big time.
So this is going to be a short, sweet interview because we got to move on to the next matchup. So, Shorts, I don't have much more I can ask you right now. But with that said, do you think you're ever going to play a match this intense against any team other than Steel Army? Or do you think Steel Army's that kind of team for you?
I think Steel Army has our number. They were the first team that we lost to coming into the league originally, and that's something that you never forget about in the Cup. So look forward to maybe facing them in the Cup coming up. We did get a draw. If we win the first game, we play them. So I'll look forward to that.
Yes, absolutely. We do have the Cup matches drawn for the Championship Cup. Feel free to check the podcast or SGL discussion, and as well as the Championship Cup thread in the Discord server. But we'll talk more about that later. Shorts, thank you for this quick interview. Any shout outs or anything else you want to say from your end? The floor is yours.
Yeah, shout out to those who came to watch us today. Shout out to my team for holding it down, never giving up. Thank you to you for solo hosting the stream tonight. Incredible work. And shout out to Steel Army. Really good playing tonight. So thank you. Good luck in the next games.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. GG's. Well done, Shorts. Take care. We'll catch you next time, bro.
GG's.